Life can often feel like a tailored suit, one that we struggle to fit into as you navigate through your days. At times, you might yearn for control over your surroundings, your schedules, and even your relationships. Yet, this need for control is frequently woven with threads of fear. Interestingly, the more you clutch onto these threads, the less actual control you feel. So let's explore this delicate balance between control and fear, and how you might instead choose a more flexible, refined approach to experiencing life. Imagine that you're standing in front of a mirror, trying on different outfits. Each piece of clothing represents a different aspect of your life. You might find yourself pulling at the seams, dissatisfied and uncomfortable. The emotional dissonance often surfaces as a place of fear, fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of not being enough. And in your attempts to prevent these anxieties from creeping in, you start to exert control. But when you clutch onto control, you stifle authenticity. Just as a poorly fitting garment restricts movement, the excessive need for control can restrict emotional growth. Because the tighter you pull on those threads of control, the more you may sense a loss of freedom and space. I know it's an ironic twist, right? But in seeking control, you often overlook the paradox. The more you try to control, the less you truly manage to control in your life effectively. Control can become the seams that bind you, leading to increased anxiety and this sense of instability. Instead, consider a wardrobe that embraces layers and textures, allowing for different variability and versatility and adaptability. And here's where you can start to reframe your relationship with control by focusing on flexibility rather than rigidity. Because you see, fear often masks itself as the instinct to control. Yet, in this acknowledging of this layer of emotion, you can begin to tailor your responses to whatever challenges life throws at you. Acknowledgement is the first stitch in the fabric of emotional regulation. You can't fix what you're not aware of. So by naming your fear, be it fear of inadequacy or abandonment or chaos even, you allow it to exist without overshadowing your sense of self. To reframe these fears, imagine just stripping away the control that you believe that you need. And what does your life look like then? It is in that space of reflection that true emotional presence can start to grow. Here's some actionable steps that you can take to restyle your life and your relationship with control and fear. First, you have to identify your triggers. Take notes of situations that prompt your feeling that you need to control a situation. Sometimes journaling can help map out those patterns so that you can see them more clearly. Next, and I know this sounds crazy to some of you, but let me tell you, it works. Practice mindful breathing. When you feel the urge to overextend your control, just pause. Take a few deep belly breaths, and it helps recenter you. It helps your nervous system calm down. This is how your body organically works. Focus on a slow, slow, slow exhale and just imagining while you're doing that, that you're releasing that tight grip that you want to have on that feeling of control. Next, experiment with flexibility. Deliberately step outside your comfort zone. Allow for spontaneity in your actions, in your interactions, in your daily routines. Just create space for some new experience. It doesn't have to be huge, but do something. And then embrace uncertainty. When you encounter the unexpected, just reflect on how that situation offers potential for growth. So as you navigate this journey, remember that you're not alone. Fear is a natural part of being human, and it's trying to tell you something important. Acknowledging its presence doesn't mean that you're weak. Instead, it shows your readiness to refine your emotional wardrobe. So, control doesn't need to be your default setting. Allow yourself to explore the beauty of flexibility where growth is just sitting there waiting for you. Life offers so many different silhouettes, and you're in charge of choosing the ones that suit your evolving self. So give me a call and let's restyle this together. I'm Roberta Fernandez, your mind stylist.